How is it that a movement with a fiercely loyal community that was so committed, so passionate, so strong and formidable, so focused on taking out the hedge funds, on revamping Wall Street for the better, on getting rid of corrupt practices, how did they go and then cannibalize their own leader, Trey Trades? And why did they do that? We're going to discuss that in this video. If you're not familiar with the AMC movement, I would brush up on it because documentary and movies are going to be created on this phenomenon where there was a short squeeze, and afterwards there were all of these people, all of these popular YouTubers made a name for themselves selling to their audience that there's going to be an even larger short squeeze that's going to make them millions of dollars, that there is no roof on how much money they can make, that it is the greatest investment of their lifetime. They called it the MOAS, the mother of all short squeezes. One of the ringleaders of this entire movement was Trey Trades. He leveraged his entire brand and notoriety on convincing people that this was the investment of a lifetime. He went ahead and he preyed on the desperate and weak-minded. Some of them, they lived paycheck to paycheck. Some of them were high school kids. They invested all that they could. And what did he do? He milked the YouTube algorithm. He went ahead and won the YouTube game for a bit. He was making hand over fist. He was doing live streams. His videos were getting tens of thousands of views, if not hundreds of thousands of views. He was on Fox. He was doing all these various interviews. He was creating a huge brand for himself, and he was heralded as a champion, as a leader in the retail investment movement. And then what happened? Well, he couldn't keep selling the lies that his audience wanted and needed him to keep selling. And so he drank his own Kool-Aid, he made his own bed, and then he just simply couldn't fall asleep in it. He became consumed with the movement, he became irritable, and eventually he folded under the pressure because AMC stock did not squeeze, it kept going down, and all of these YouTubers, they kept at it. And in this video, I'm gonna cover the various YouTubers that I used to peek at and see what's going on with the movement because I was fascinated with it. I've made videos in the past, most of them negative. I took a lot of backlash. We all know how the AMC movement turned out. But this is not about who's right and who's wrong. I just want to make a video so that we could take a look at where these players are now, which ones took and deleted their content or simply unlisted it as Trey Trades did, and which continued on. They basically took the brand that they created, pivoted, and continued and are doing great. We're going to cover a lot of the YouTubers. We're going to talk about the Masked Investor, Louis V. Wallstreet, Matt Kohrs. We're going to cover all of them. And I'm going to show you what they're up to today. And I want to hear from you. If you were following the movement, if you were following these YouTubers, what are your thoughts on them? Let's talk about it in the comment section. And let's dive into the nitty and gritty of the video. So let's really quickly take a look here. Trey Trades, if you take a look, his videos had more than 12,758,000 views. If we take a look here, Matt Kohrs, 341,000 subscribers. Trey's Trades, 373,000 subscribers. These guys fed off of the AMC movement. They juiced it for all it was. They made everybody believe that this thing was going to squeeze to the moon, that you're going to have life-changing money at the end of it all. Everything is going to go to the moon and everyone's going to make money. Every single one of you is going to make money, which is so ridiculous because even if AMC stock did spike, you would have never been able to make the money, all of you, only maybe some of you, before the others were able to pull out, because the name of the game is pull out before the others do. And so what did Trey Trades do? Matt Kohrs, New York Angelo, Roensch Capital, the Masked Investor, Louis V. Wallstreet, all they did was jump on the AMC bandwagon, squeeze it as much as they can. The short squeeze, it only came once in the very beginning. And what did they do after? They convinced everyone it's gonna squeeze again, when the only thing that they were doing was squeezing their viewers for ad revenue money. How many subscribers do you think Trey Trades would have had, Matt Kohrs, New York Angelo, if it wasn't for the AMC movement? They all jumped on And Trey Trades, out of all of these, and we'll cover all of these in a second, made the fatal error of drinking his own Kool-Aid. He got way into the weeds and he went ahead and just deleted everything. It's going to be hard for him to come back after this. But as you can see, he has a check mark. I mean, he's a verified account and he was putting in so much work. I know what it takes to make just one video. He was live streaming for hours upon hours every single day. That takes a stress toll on you. Matt Kohrs, what did he do? He didn't take the same route as Trey Trades and delete all his content and basically just call it a day. He went ahead and he just transitioned into making other type of content. And so over here, you can see him talking about Elon Musk. You can see him talking about Logan Paul suing CoffeeZilla. He basically leveraged the audience that he made from the AMC movement, then abandoned the AMC movement and went ahead and is just talking about a bunch of different topics. And good for him. I mean, he's playing the YouTube game. But I want to hear from the diehards that were following these people because they saw them as leaders of the AMC movement. I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Matt Kohrs, Trey Trades? York Angelo is another one, but this guy will not quit. He continues to put out AMC short squeeze content. This guy has no quit in him, and he's just been milking the AMC movement multiple times a day. And you could see by some of these numbers that the AMC movement, the people still watch and still follow and still believe. This is what I refer to as the sunk cost fallacy. It's because you already dumped so much time and money into something. To call it a failure and to call it a day is just too devastating on the psyche. And so you go ahead and you pump more time into it and you just believe it like a cult. The people that watch this, they will never give up on the movement. They could take out the electrical grid. Tomorrow, the stock market can close. Wall Street can explode. It doesn't matter. They will still believe that AMC is going to squeeze. AMC can go out of business and AMC can be completely gone. And these people that follow channels like this, they will still believe that AMC is going to squeeze and they're going to make millions. Roensch Capital was another guy that was completely taking advantage of the AMC movement. And it's really interesting here because if you take a look 5-6 months ago, you can see the difference in the amount of views someone gets that was covering AMC versus not covering AMC. Look at this, 55,000 views, 65,000 views. But if we scroll all the way up and when he's covering other things, you can see that it's 5,000 views, 4.8 thousand, 5,000, 5,000, 5.4, 5.3. These aren't terrible, but it's nowhere near the numbers he was getting when he was covering AMC. And if he never covered AMC, you see these 102,000 subscribers and a check mark next to his name, never would have happened. If you followed Roensch Capital, I would love to hear your thoughts on his channel. And I got to commend some of these people that didn't just go ahead and delete all their videos. They kept it up and they kept creating content. Again, YouTube, it is entertainment. It is something that pays ad revenue. And so you rely on it to feed yourself. So you might as well go ahead and milk it, play it like a game. But when you create a community and you basically in the content that you create are lying to the people, it's gonna come back and bite you. The masked investor is another really interesting story because this individual was completely masked and putting out so many videos during the pandemic, AMC videos every single day. He did not become as popular as some of the other channels. As you can see, his following is only 66,000 subscribers, but he was seen as one of the main AMC YouTubers with a really loyal following. And he actually played it the right way. I mean, afterwards, all he did was remove his mask and he said, I'm going to make whatever type of content I want when I want it. And he just kept putting out content. And I truly believe that Trey Trades, even though he went all in, if he just did what this guy did, just say, listen, I'm covering other content and just kept doing it, he would have been fine. But it got to him too much. He deleted everything and he's probably having a really tough time with mental health. We obviously wish him the best, but it obviously took a toll on Trey Trades, whereas this guy flourished from it. People still follow him. I see the comments. People really like him and all the best to him. Again, he played it like a game. Yes, they all did manipulate the AMC following to their advantage and then created massive followings and then rolled on from there. Some survived, some didn't. Here's a case of someone that didn't survive. Lou v. Wallstreet. Now, this is incredible. This guy used to put out like 5-6 videos a day sometimes. and they would all get ridiculous amounts of views. I believe before he deleted his other channel, he had about 85,000 subscribers. He was well on his way to getting a check mark and becoming over 100,000 subscribers. And all of a sudden, he deletes his entire channel, starts a new one. Now, there's a lot of theories here. My personal theory is I used to, for entertainment's sake, go and see what he's talking about. And he would use a lot of words that you're not allowed to use on YouTube, a lot of discriminatory words. He would say things about the trans movement that just does not fly on YouTube. And I believe they either pulled down his channel or he's facing some legal action, because a lot of these people, even like Matt Kohrs, deleted a lot of his earlier content on AMC. And it's probably because he doesn't want to be liable if there's a class action lawsuit, because these guys were clearly pumping AMC stock and probably themselves taking it out while it was going up. And so now Louis Wallstreet just has 3.52 thousand subscribers, and the amount of views he gets is nothing like he used to get before. I mean, take a look here. 1.8 thousand views, 2,000 views. These used to be 20,000 views every single video. Most of his videos were demonetized because they were ridiculous and very insulting, and so YouTube wouldn't allow ads to be on there. But still, he made boatloads of money. So with that being said, I want to hear from you guys. If you followed the AMC movement, if you were actually a part of it, investing, believing in what these guys were saying, what are your thoughts? I'm super, super curious. This to me is like a sociology, psychology experiment that occurred with the AMC movement. And maybe you're someone in the movement that still thinks that this thing is going to squeeze to the moon and you're going to become a millionaire. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section as well. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching this video in its entirety. I'll see you in the next one.